It's a beautiful weekend that we're approaching right now, and I wanted us to have this chart. This got very important, I'm telling you. The empire from Mnangagwa is falling apart. Do you all see what's going on with the Zig? Things are not looking great. I do not care how much they're trying to gauge this entire train. It's not moving. It is stuck. And shout out to Zimbabwe because they've always been cartooning this regime, and now finally people has been saying the Zig is not going to work. And shout out to Professor Gift Mugano. We've been at the forefront again, having some interesting conversations with Joe Charamba. But finally, Joe Charamba, what else are you gonna say? Because you failed. You failed dismally. Chiwenga is in full control. You know that last week he came out and he was bastardizing corruption, and we thought, oh, what's happening? Why? All of a sudden, now there are people that are working with him, even though they are masquerading and they lie that you're not working with him. They are definitely working with him. Because do not forget, he's also playing his cards because Mnangagwa wants to remain, but Chiwenga wants to take over ZANU-PF. That's what I'm referring to. But at the same time, the kind of game that is that I'm seeing at play here is they're trying so hard to destroy Chamisa. That has also been the goal, because ZANU-PF feel like they can resuscitate this grave train. I don't think so. There's no way ZANU-PF can be able to survive. But let's talk about Chiwenga, who is coming out very full force, very strongly, and strategic at the same time. I've told you, and I also hear today that he refused to. He refused the helicopter. It's really getting wild. It's getting wild. All right, so if it's your first time to come across this channel, please do yourself a favor and make sure that you subscribe and ring the bell so that every time I'm live or I drop a video, you will be robbed right here to have a conversation with me. But I also want to say to my regulars, shout out of Secret and number, an ambassador of peace, Absalom, Joyce. I saw a number of people, almost 100 here. Please rush like the live push algorithm so that we can keep chatting. I must say, we are heading towards the most sensitive time. But one thing that is at play, this is why I think Chamisa is wiser, because I saw what Chamisa said during the day. He did an article I'm going to be covering tomorrow morning, because I want to hear what you guys think. But for now, I want to came around Chiwenga, who is now in full control. He came out with the mantra of corruption. But I want to ask you a question, okay? Because we know the election is coming. People asking questions. Are we going to trust ZANU-PF? Definitely not, because we saw last week when Zek came out and acted like they were pretending. For the first time, Chigumba came out and said, no, let's tell us what we did not do right. It's all a game. They are trying to at least resuscitate ZANU-PF because most of the thugs are afraid to lose everything that they've looted, right? So, but I'm loving the fact that Zimbabweans are not buying it. They're very adamant. So they want to either resuscitate under Chiwenga. Chiwenga was coming in full force. Because Senengam came out, I think, on HSTV, and he's saying now they have opened a company. We need to ask questions. Who gave the authority to do so? Because the person that is being known for being a corrupt individual in Zimbabwe is Mnangagwa. He's being known being like the master of corruption. And I'm just saying, he's the one that is always being accused. So if Senengam is coming out, where is he getting the powers from? Because last week, Chiwenga was complaining about corruption. Boom! Senengam is coming out and says, no, they're attacking every corrupt individual in town. He doesn't want to talk about politics. It's all trying to resuscitate ZANU-PF that is dead as a dodo. That's the goal. That's the goal. But let's listen to Brother Senengam. Yeah. Now you hear what I'm talking about. They're trying because ZANU-PF is dead. So if we talk about corruption, then people are going to say, oh, at least they're addressing corruption. But who trusts ZANU-PF? I don't trust ZANU-PF at all. But anyway, let's listen to Brother Senengam speaking about, their goal that they're trying to achieve. Again, I said under Chiwenga, of course, a Chiwenga who is behind this entire saga of corruption. Take a listen, please.
So, we have fully activated the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Citizens Task Force, which we registered some 4 years ago, but which we had not.
So the feeding scheme we normally do to the schools.
So,
It is a legally registered institution which can report any individual to the rightful authorities. Remember, we have the police. Police anti-corruption unit. There is the special anti-corruption unit. There is the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission. So we are coming in, mobilizing, organizing, and uniting citizens. The Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Citizen Task Force being the mouthpiece, Yevan, where we are going to be exposing corruption like no one's business. We are going to be whistleblowing big time. No sacred cows. We don't care whether you are from this party or that political party. We don't care whether you have the support of that powerful individual or this powerful individual.
Okay.
We are not going to be fighting against institutions. We are going to be fighting against corrupt individuals. So Zekuti, you belong to a political party, unless political party actually iriyo ya kutuma kutube, then it no roba surone gonzirai. But for as long as tine affects ne umpo wekuti wapara mosha say individual, we are going to take you to the cleaners. We will report you to the police and make a follow-up with the police. Vachitama investigations abo isusu tine edu information yatakabata. At sikuzongoita zvinhu zvenjake. We have assembled a good team yevanhu vakanga vari musecurity who have retired, who have experience in terms of working in the law enforcement agencies. Vamwe vakanga vari ku CID nevamwe vakanga vari kune mamwe departments. We have assembled that team. But for their security and safety, we are not going to be saying out their names because we want them to be able to operate without being victimized. But vachine ganda dete tinovasiya vari kumashure ikoko vachioperator zvakanaka. We have assembled a team of lawyers because when we sat down, we agreed kuti at one point we might need to pursue avenues of private prosecution. If those mandated with the duty to prosecute show their unwillingness to prosecute, as the Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Citizen Task Force, we are going to seek a certificate of private prosecution and provide the basis and justification why we want to move in that direction. So we are going to be whistleblowing, like I said. From tomorrow, we are going to open up 2 lines, the hotlines, a Net 1 line and an Econet line, where we want citizens to tell us what's happening wherever they are. Toendesa kumapurisa, toendesa kuzaki, toendesa kusaku. Then we start making more follow-ups. Kana vatinenge tapa nyaya dzeumbavha nehuori huri kuitika, vakange vasina kudzisimudza, then we take it up. We are also going to be making my tip-offs. Information yatabata kana uri kutya kuti pabasa pedu or company yakati or panext pedu or hama yangu iri involved in corruption. We will protect your identity. You just give us the information. But tirikuzoita pursue ma cases atinenge tine umpo nawo nechokwadi nawo ekuti zvechokwadi apa pane zvakashata zviri kuitika. So when we give cases to ZAC, we will record down. Tovapa reference number totora reference number yavo yekuti varecorda case. We make a follow up with them every time. Tichida kunzwa kuti nyaya yapapi, nyaya yapapi, kana nyaya yakumacourts tonoifollowa. Tikangoona kuti there is something amiss in the way this corruption case is being handled before the courts, we will also raise an alarm and say tine uchapupu wekuti nyaya yakati iri kuitwa zvakati ichisanganisira muchuchisi nhengi namajistrate nhengi oro najaji nhengi oro nemupurisa ngana tobva tabudisa mavhile. We know kuti mubasa ratiri kuzoita starting today malawsuits achawanda evanhu vachinge vachiti matisvibisa mazodini maita zvakati. So we have set up a competent team yevanhu legal experts vari kumashure vanenge vachi before we attack an issue they will give us legal advice on the best way to handle those issues. But kana zvazoipisisa taendisa kumatareds mosa, they will stand in to defend our just fight against corruption. So kana uri kutya kuzikanwa tauya as the Zimbabwe Anticorruption Citizens Task Force, legally registered, now fully operational with competent teams behind the scenes. Just give us that information. We are going to be giving out the hotline numbers,
I know.
our email addresses, our WhatsApp numbers, our Facebook pages, every platform of communication we are going to open up so that we feed Zimbabweans every time as it happens. Pane case yakati yatinogona kupa detail rese topa detail rese imwe yatisingagona kupa detail so that we don't jeopardize my investigations tinongotaura zvakakodzera so that Zimbabweans know. So we are not going to be working against the government. We are not anti-government, no. We are anti-corruption. We are not anti any political party. We are anti-corruption. We are not pro or anti any political or party faction. We are Zimbabweans from diverse backgrounds who want to rid Zimbabwe of corruption and looting and make sure that we create a corruption-free society in our lifetime. So, those vanga vachindiziva nekuita zvimwe, I'm a changed person. If you are to engage with me on three things: anti-corruption activism, economic empowerment activism, which we are going to be pushing through another legally registered entity, the National Affirmative Action Assembly of Zimbabwe.
All right, so this is Tenengam that is talking, but I must tell you, I can see this is ZANU-PF desperate at least to resuscitate the party. You must not forget that about a week ago, last week actually, Chiwenga came out, God blessing, told you that the corruption has destroyed the country, is becoming a threat. Now, all of a sudden, the following week, Tenengam is coming out, is calling a presser now that they are going to be dealing with corruption heavily. First and foremost, we all know that Mnangagwa, the president, has always been accused for being the most corrupt person in town. Jonathan Moore is on record against saying the very same thing. Now, my question I'm having is to Tenengam, where are you going to start? And who is going to be arrested first? Right? Because there's one person, first and foremost, before we even talk about other people, he's a president of a country to cry out loud. So if there ever been a person who should be talking loudly about corruption, should be Mnangagwa. Because it's his name at stake here. But the fact that Mnangagwa is quiet and has always been dragged in most of these scandals. We look at Chivayo, we look at one of his niece, that is Senator Rushwaya, all type of people, Chinese looters who are looting in minerals. His name is always being robbed in there. So my question, where do you start? Because we can't be talking about the small fishes, guys. Let's start with the big people, like the big boys, right? Now, where are you getting the powers from? Because he's talking so adamantly and very confident in his pursuit. Of course, Chiwenga is behind it. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. I must say this, okay, I must say this really, for sometimes I think and I'm thinking about Chiwenga, I'm like, Chiwenga has got small little babies, right? Mnangagwa has got all these grown-up men who are just all over the place. They're controlling most of our institutions. Who is actually benefiting more even after the entire Queen 2017? Mnangagwa is benefiting because his kids are hands-on. I mean, they're always going to be robbed. Every corrupt in the country, either one of Mnangagwa's child is being mentioned, be it in the mineral sector. You hear the son calling is there. And I also hear that he's in charge of the social media thing. When you look at Sean, whenever there's anything to do with the army, he gets robbed in there. Security sector, you always hear the junior, the son. The last time I checked, the Zek scandal, the daughter, Rudo, was robbed in that. She also got money from the man that was looted. So when you look at that, it makes a sense why Chiwenga is using an introduction of corruption. It makes sense. He knows that if he comes with corruption, maybe Zimbabweans may vote for him and believe in him. You understand? But now it's like, no, we don't belong to any faction. So who do you belong to? Where are you getting the powers? Who's going to protect you? Because we all know the moment you raise your eyebrow, you are under attack, they come after you. So, sir, who is protecting you? Of course. Of course. Because even today, we also heard that he refused to, Chiwenga refused to actually, board the helicopter. He said, no. He's rather use the road. A lot is going on. The ground is shifting. It's getting very tense. I also heard Mnangagwa desperately, though, when he was talking to the Politburo, that, we need to unite. We need to come together. It's no longer cut for ED. I'm sorry. It's no longer work. The ZANU-PF hardliners are on record now, angry with Mnangagwa that you and your people within the Reserve Bank and the CBZ and the Central Bank, right? Yes, you are the reason why Zimbabweans are suffering. These are hardliners from ZANU-PF. And they've always been at the forefront supporting Mnangagwa. But I guess people can see that the ship is sinking. So they want to know, we might as well align ourselves with the Chiwenga. At least we know we're safe, Zimbabweans and jobs. And jobs. But while I'm sitting here, I'm like, I just want a Zimbabwe that functions. I know my calling, and I just want a nation where I can speak truth to power. Nobody question me, and nobody can even punish me. I can say whatever that I want to say. Do you also know that the ZIG has failed? ZIG has collapsed today. And yesterday, I saw quite a number of tweets where people were saying, let ZANU-PF sink and be finished for good so that Zimbabwe can actually be able to restart. And I personally am excited. I'm excited that everything they're trying to do is not working. And I'm not saying this because I know it has nothing to do with the economy. It has everything to do with gimmicks. Most of these guys are criminals. And all they are doing is playing the games. Nobody has time to entertain games any longer. Not in 2024. It's no longer cutting. It doesn't work. It does not help. But also I'm excited as well at the same time that at least Mnangagwa can see that Zimbabweans are fed up. They want nothing to do with what's going on in this country, especially corruption and lies, deception, gimmicks, this whole family thing, people are tired. I could see that even the news, they reported that the Feja economy is not working. Feja is cutting corners right here. So it's not working anymore. Things are falling apart. Rightfully so, because once you think you can cut corners, you get cut in the process. Right? The only time you are guaranteed success is when you follow the process, when you respect values, principles that govern success is integrity. Integrity, hard work, not collecting, just looting. It doesn't work. Now, like I told you before, I'm going to read this tweet that was sent us by a host here. He said, President Mnangagwa has openly admitted that the 23rd Anengashipo slogan has divided the party. He warned all those advocating for the discretion of the constitution to be very careful. Indeed, Honorable Machakar must stand guided. Artist nonsense, have respect for the people. Also, you must remember that Mnangagwa he's no longer, you can't say that his games are, people are done, man, are done with him. Because he has been playing the very same old games, be it the Shavangu debacle, the same script that he did with Monzora. So Zimbabweans are smart. I think now he doesn't know what else to do. Now he's coming back. He's saying, first of all, he abandoned this trip, right? Because people say he's afraid that there can be a coup and he can be locked up, or you can be blocked, whatever the case may be. I don't know how they would do it. Am I the only one? Am I the one who's going to do the coup? They know each other on top there. I'm not even interested. But he is now coming in and start talking about let's unite. But he had his own people faction standing firm. Recently supporting his 2030 mantra, which is silence. Now everyone is quiet now. Because you can see that he's losing control. Because not only Zimbabweans don't want it anymore, they're very adamant and clear on social media across the board that we do not want this regime anymore. These people have failed. They need to go. And then sometimes come and say, no, we need to unite. Quiet about the 2013. We just want to bring our people together. Sir, it's no longer courting. We have said it before. You follow the rules. If you don't want to follow the rules, you're the one that will suffer the consequences, unfortunately. Now we can see Chiwenga is coming up. And he's right. And I'm seeing also people are busy reporting now that this regime is collapsing very soon. It's fair play. How do you expect it to hurt the people and succeed? How do you expect to be stealing? How do you expect to... stealing right in front of people. It's one thing to just hiding right in your face. I was flabbergasted when I saw Chigumba actually coming out and holding a microphone and speak. First and foremost, I must say this, I was extremely angry with the Zimbabwean people because I was like, no, guys, there's some meetings that you do not attend, okay? You need to know your value and your worthy. There are meetings that you do not attend, especially the meetings where you get deceived. We saw what happened last year. We saw immediately this was kind of Zek, the man that was looted. And some people had the nerve to say we are attending a meeting. What meeting are you attending? There's no meeting. You're simply being abused and used. Playing the dirty games. It's time, Zimbabweans. We say, no, we're not coming. You're going to be on your own there. We want a nation that is built on truth. A nation that is built on we of people. A nation that is built on success, not deception. But unfortunately, some people, we all know that some of them, they fall under this whole gimmicks. They get paid to just play a part and play the game. But honestly, it's time Zimbabweans who hold each other's hands and say, this is not who we are. We can't carry on with nonsense. We want this country to function. I saw shops. There's no food as we speak. Some shops do not have food. We are back worse. Not in 2008 because God knows my heart. 2008, that's when my mom went to heaven. Only God knows how I got that energy to roam around the entire Johannesburg buying groceries for the funeral. I lost my mom. I'm the one who's going around to buy groceries for the funeral. At the very same time, because there was no food in Zimbabwe, now we are worse. We are going back. Really a cycle and a generational of pain. Can't we just be this generational case cutter? Can't we be the one who says it is enough? It cannot carry on like this. The disrespect of Mangundla. It started with Mangundla. Now we have this new one joining Mushaya. Join what? Mushaya. What's his name? John number 2, because the first one was John as well. Now we also have another looter, that is Gwamatanga, on record. We hear a lot of things that they're getting cuts from all their fake tenders that they're giving people out. We have Mutuli people that have caused us so much misery. And again, I must say, I will never exempt Mnangagwa as the president of a country, because the last time I heard that Mnangagwa fired Gwamatanga, and Gwamatanga went and burged Mnangagwa's son, that is the young guy that just joined that deputy. I'm just saying, all of these guys are all of them part and parcel of this mess. And now this is what the ZANU-PF people wrote today to ED. That, no, we are not going to allow you to carry on with this drama and accuse the Zimbabwean people or lie and whatever. You are the one who are causing this misery. You are the one who are behind all these lies, who are behind all the people suffering, and that is actually Kuzemchis there. Kuzemchis is non-hardcore supporter of ZANU-PF. We have seen him, doing interviews, be it on SABC or ETV, but now he says, nope, I just can't carry on. Mnangagwa, stop wasting our time and keep on lying that no, it's you know, it's the economy, you know, it's the sanctions. I don't know, guys, we are back to the sanction mantra. I could not believe it. Mnangagwa was still thinking that the sanctions are the reason why we are suffering. Now I'm gonna read what he said. He said the economy is under attack. That is kuzamutisi. No, not at all. The economy is deliberately mismanaged by a Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe and the Zimbabwe Treasury honchos. Probably because they benefit from the chaos and the suffering they're creating for the Zimbabwean people. Is he lying? Is he lying? He's not capping. He's for real. He's telling the truth. So honestly, just tell me what you guys think in the comment section. But I'm seeing this grave train falling apart, and I can see Chiwenga taking advantage of that. All these Vanatseringam, they are part and parcel. Don't forget Serengam was at the forefront last time, pushing on Kasukure's campaign. Do you remember that? On Kasukure's campaign, and then he said no, you know, he went to the UK immediately. Then he came back again. Then he said he wanted to join ZANU-PF again. Now he says I don't want to be part of the politics. It's all the games. That's one of the reasons why people are targeting on destroying Chamisa, because they think then maybe Chiwenga can get in there, but only God knows. Because Chamisa knows what's going on there. He's also out here, which I'm going to be looking at tomorrow morning. And I must say this, guys. I want to say sorry to Selma. I think you can see how the Mnangagwa saga is kind of going wild on social media right now. It has been since yesterday. Yeah, I listened to that interview and my heart is in pieces. And I want to say to my lady, to Selma, I'm really sorry. When I did the commentary on this, I only really thought I was going to be looking at a point of you're a mature person, you can walk away. But I realized that there's quite a lot that needs to be dealt with, especially the trauma part. And I saw that, yeah, I wasn't here, but I really want to deal with this one in a very delicate way, like in different batches, because it's going to help a lot of men. A lot of men out there needs to be helped, even women as well. You know, women, I want to say this to you, and I'm saying this honestly from the bottom of my heart. If you are not a lover of children, hear me out, okay? If you can't take care of someone's children, please don't marry a man with kids. Please don't. Do yourself a favor and say, if he comes to you and said he likes you, just say, sir, bless you. No. And now you've got children. Quite a good pretender to want a marriage, and then when you get there, you start causing a mess. Yo, if I've ever been praying for anything, I just want a man with kids. You know why? I may just have one and close the deal. Because I'm 42, yeah. So I'm 42, so I may just have one or two. You know, only God knows what. I pray that I can get twins, and then seal the and close. You know what I'm saying? And then I can get my body back and just leave, yo. So I'm. So I'm different. Yeah, you know, I'm different. But girls, if you can't love someone's children, please let this man go and be someone that you genuinely love, okay? Because what we are seeing with Mnangagwa's family is heartbreaking to the core. It's the worst that can ever happen to any human being that breathes on earth. I must say this, Mama Daisy, yo, I don't know you in person. I don't know you. If I knew you, I could have picked up my phone and called you immediately and speak to you as a child, from a mama-child, you know, conversation. But unfortunately, I don't really have a number, yo. But I pray that these girls get the healing that they need. Men, please, I've always been telling you about extramarital affairs when you get married. Please, it comes with a lot. The cost is heavy to bear. Children are always going to be the victim in all the debacle and drama. Please date people that you genuinely love. You know, someone that you genuinely love, that you can build a home with and build something stronger. Guys, do you know sometimes when I see people that are playing with their marriages, I actually say, do you even know what I can do with that marriage? How I can clean it up, yo. Like, I can clean it up. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? So I encourage you to honor your marriages. Yeah, women, honor your husband. Be submissive. Build together. You know, there's no competition. Work together. Love your children. Build strong families. If you went to school, yeah, and you were committed to your assignments, it's the same way that you run your marriage. You need to be committed to it. You need to be intentional. You understand? You need to wake up on time. You need to be intentional. There's some way that you do in other spaces. If you are employed, you are intentional with your job. You go there on time. You respect your boss, right? Do the same with your marriage. Be intentional. Yo, you're so blessed. You're actually married. Ask the 42-year-old here. I'm turning 42, 41. that is single. Yo, if God gives me a marriage, wait and see how I'm gonna love that man. He's gonna move around holding a flag and say that is written rumbi, 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 rumbi. You understand what you understand? I'm trying to say, stop wasting your life and mess up with your marriages. You understand? Love each other. Love each other. Time is so short. Build strong families. It's so beautiful to have a mom and a dad and kids. It's a blessing. Don't mess up with that institution. It is godly ordained. Please, guys, please. And I'm asking you, but like I said, I'm gonna do this issue in batches because it's a lot. It opened a lot of can of worms, which really needs to be dealt with. And God has blessed me with so much wisdom in that area. Family life is what I do. It's unfortunate that I'm still single. If I'm married, you see how I'm gonna move from corner pillar to post, be able to resuscitate marriages. Why are we fighting? Life is too short, man. Let's just love each other. You know what I mean? And we must pray and be gracious. You know, sometimes people are going through a lot. Tell me what you think, guys, in the comment section. I'm not going to stay for too long. It's Friday today. So I want to relax a bit because tomorrow I'm going to be here dealing with the issue of Chamis. A lot is going on. This weekend is going to be extremely busy. Extremely busy because the political space is boiling as we speak. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. I guess that's why ED does not have peace. But unfortunately, sir, we believed in 2017. What did you do? You came and slap us in the face. So, the ball is in your court. You deal with it, sir. All we are doing is we are watching and we are following. So, guys, I love you and I bless you. I wish you the happy weekend. I'll see you a little bit later tomorrow, actually, morning. I'll be here. And this weekend is going to be busy. By the way, I've got good news for you. So, I have a YouTube channel that's going to be called beautifully designed. This YouTube channel is going to be dealing with a lot of family life. I'm gonna do mentorship there as well. It's gonna be you will see a lot is going to happen. I'm gonna also I can't wait. It gets me excited because that's like my baby. This one's so close to my soul because that's exactly where God wants me to be. But here I'm gonna be here as well talking about politics. But I wanted to separate the two because politics and then on the other end I'll be cooking as well. Listen, y'all. Oh, I just can't wait to show you. Like, I can't wait. Beautifully designed is my sweet baby. It's my everything. It's like my legacy. It's something that is going to launch a very powerful force. Unfortunately, we are dealing with politics at the moment. So, you know, it's also tense until it settles when we know that the regime is gone. This dirty regime, filthy one, is gone. Then we are able to so I can travel, you know, and also seeing people in person as we're launching such a great movement that is retargeting the youth and young women and men to make sure that at least we are able to build a very strong, legacy for the young. That's the most important part. Mothers as well, very much involved in it. Men, it's going to be interesting. You will see different guests, actually, amazing guests are going to be coming through as we are having conversations. So, guys, just look out for that channel. Beautifully designed. I love you and God bless you and God bless Zimbabwe. Bye for now.